I believe that depression is a condition that is caused primarily by chemical imbalance in the body. I know this scientifically is correct, but I also believe that in the world that we live in today, where the mind is constantly needed to do work and people are judged and judge themselves on achievement and where they are placed in life, in their social circles and so on and so on. When somebody fails or is unable to find that placing in society, that is when depression starts to take place, because the mind is unable to progress and move forward. And in that case, it causes an instability or an imbalance within themselves, and thus the chemical imbalance emotionally causing depression. That's what my belief on depression is, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And like, do you sometimes feel depressed? And you think financial issues can cause depression?
Yeah, most definitely, man. If you get encumbered, like, what is that saying? I mean, you can afford to be at Monash, but you can't afford to be at Monash, and then you tell your friends you're encumbered because you need to borrow, you know, passwords and stuff to get assignments done. And that in its own is stress. And, you know, look, let's put it this way. All emotions that happen to people are as a result of built up circumstance. You know, you can be overly happy. I don't know if you guys know about that. You can actually be overly happy, live in a state of euphoria your whole life, you know, and one day have all of that come crashing down when somebody that you really cared for dies, and then you find yourself in a state of depression suddenly, you know. The same thing can happen with something like a financial issue. You live being supported by your parents your entire life, you fail one module here at Monash, and you're in your third year, and they tell you that you have to go back and do first year communications, and they're like, but I can't afford it because my parents can only afford the 3 years that I have here at Monash. So now suddenly your state of euphoria, that little bubble that you lived in, that, you know, if you think of Maslow's hierarchy, you are achieving all those pyramids, but for you to get to self-actualization, you never actually get there because of something, or that one module, that first year commune that you never really got to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's possible. It's very, very possible. Yeah.
Do you ever think of dropping out?
Hi, my name is Angelina Sitsipu, and I'm a Monash student, and I'm studying ADP.
So do you sometimes feel depressed?
I'm feeling depressed right now.
Why are you depressed right now?
Because I'm encumbered and I cannot do my assignments, I cannot log in, I cannot go through my emails, and therefore my marks aren't gonna go, they're not gonna be good. So now I feel like I want to drop out of school because I feel like school's not for me.
No, school's not for you. So like, do you have any solutions on how you can deal with this depression?
Yes, I could call my parents and tell them that I am encumbered, and I could go to student services and ask them how I could be fixed the solution. And the academic part, well, because of the encumbrance, I could at least ask one of my friends if I could log in with their username, and I will be able to do my assignments and hand them in on time.
Alright, my name is Lindura. I'm from the accounts department. I'm an accounts clerk, and yeah, I deal with students' queries on a daily basis.
Okay. Alright, Lindura, from our interviews before with other students, they said some of them they're opting to drop out or to discontinue because of the fees. So do you think that there is something you could do as Monash?
As Monash, we have introduced the bursaries and scholarships to students. Lately, we're also doing a payment arrangement where a student can make arrangements to make installments, pay the fees in installments. So we have tried and introduced a lot of things that can cater for students who cannot make fees as in the full payment in time. So we have payment arrangement, bursaries and scholarships are also available. So we have placed something.
Okay. Since you've just encumbered most students, what's the ratio like to the ones that are not encumbered?
To be quite honest, from last year, around about this time, there's a huge improvement. A lot of students have been making payments. We have probably encumbered lesser than last year. So students are making payments.
Okay, so should we say like it's also the coming of the scholarship students, most of them from Zimbabwe?
No, we're not including that because they are in a different category. Scholarships by Zim and Botswana, they're in a different category. These are self-sponsored students who have made payments. So they've been some improvements.
Okay, and then now on the depression being caused by the financial strain here at school, like how valid is that statement?
Can't comment on that, but regarding if it's relating to fees, students are well aware of the principal dates They are well aware that they can come to student services if they have any problems relating to their fees, and we can make arrangements. So
Yeah, but most of the students, some of them they're international students. Then when you encumber them, it tends to inconvenience them in their lessons, in
but
their
that's
assignments.
why we always be proactive with the students. We always post posters, we plug posters around campus. We send emails to the students to inform them that fees needs to be paid. We also welcome the students to make payment arrangements. It's plugged everywhere on campus.
Okay.
So not too sure why they should be depressed if all the information is in their face.
No, there is nothing they can do about it at most times. Like they're just sent with them.
Do you know what the reasons for people dropping out would be? Is it either mentally, physically, or financially?
Well, most are financial, but then it's not dropouts per se. Then the students would then go out for a break, which we call intermission. Students go out on a break, and then